today I'm going to tell you a little secret. One of the best gifts that you could ever get, is being single. And let me tell you why. This is because when you're single, your confidence grows, you become to know who you are, and you actually get to feel good about yourself. And you get to notice all the things that you didn't know about yourself that maybe you needed to find out. So, today we're chatting about being single in your 20s and why it's so important. You may have those family members that are like, oh, like when are you gonna get a boyfriend? When are you gonna get a significant other? Whatever. Or you may have those friends that try to set you up with people, but maybe you're not ready. Maybe you personally don't have the time or the energy to be in a relationship, or maybe you just are having a personal, mental kind of uncomfortable time in your life, and that's okay. And this is definitely something that's important, and people go through these things all the time, and so being single can actually be fully liberating and really good for you, and I am going to tell you why. So today I'm really excited because this is something that really is important to me. I find dating to be super great when you are dating, it's nice to have someone around, and it's nice to have that company and be able to share experiences and things with another person. But being said, if you are dating, sometimes it's hard to do things for yourself, and you get a little bit reliant on the other person, and you don't necessarily know who you are yourself. So number one, I think it's important to be single, or at least have a little spell of being single or doing things on your own. With being 20, in your young 20s, or the end of high school, because being in a relationship can be very distracting. And that's not a bad thing at all, but sometimes it can be to an extent, sometimes people, for me in past times, I have been so in tune with whatever was going on in the relationship that I didn't even tune into myself, which is really important, and especially at a young age, oh my gosh. Okay, real quick. What I'm trying to say basically is that as a 20-something-year-old girl, or a guy, this goes both ways. Basically, if you're in your 20s, it's the time where you're supposed to be figuring out who you are, the time for you to check in, figure out what your passions are, figure out maybe where you want to draw your direction in life. What job do you want? Do you want to live in an apartment? Where do you want to live? A city? In a country? Wherever it is. Sometimes you have to be alone to figure out these things, and I think that once you are alone, you have to be focused on yourself. You don't have much choice. If you are not dating someone, you have to spend time alone. You have to spend time with yourself, which is really great because it allows you to have some self-love and self-respect, and kind of tunes into the personal development side of everything that you need as a young, 18, 19, 20, up into your early 20s, even until you're 30. I think sometimes it's probably the best thing for you if you don't know who you are, or if you feel super insecure. Don't get in a relationship if you don't if you can't spend time alone. Don't go into a relationship, because you're just gonna draw yourself into a big hole, and that's not healthy. And so basically, for step number one, I think being single is great. Being single is wonderful, especially if it's needed for you at the time in your life. 2, if you are single, this forces you to spend time alone, and it forces you to notice what your habits are and what you enjoy and what you do not enjoy. 3, if you have never traveled alone, this is the perfect time to do it, because You have no one like distracting you. You don't feel like you have to be going home. You don't feel like you have things like drawing you back or like holding you down, which sounds really bad, but at the same time, like you have the freedom to do what is best for you. And as a young girl in her 20s, like that's great because it allows you to have experiences, to meet people, to have memories, to make memories, to experience life and enjoy all the nature and everything around you. And if you're traveling, like whether it's in the States or whether it's out of the country, like anything is better than nothing because it forces you to broaden your horizon and you get to see so much that you may not have seen if you were in a relationship. Yeah, I think it's so important, and traveling alone just completely changes your whole like perspective on everything, which is absolutely fantastic. If you're single in your 20s, it allows you to literally do what you want. If you want to focus on a career, you can focus on a career. If you want to focus on school, focus on school. If you want to have time to literally just sit down and read a good book and sit with a candle or like take a bubble bath, do it. Like no one is stopping you at all. And just being single is so beneficial. You know, like maybe when you are single, it feels like you're being drawn down, or maybe it doesn't feel great at first. But once you get over that like hump of like the single life or whatever, you will flourish. I promise you, you will flourish. And this isn't saying like, oh my god, if you're in a relationship, get out. It's saying if you're not in a relationship and you don't, if you currently feel like you don't know what to do with your life, find something to do. Find a hobby, find a habit, find something that maybe you have been intrigued by and you want to do. Like maybe you want to paint, maybe you really like doing, I don't know, like maybe you like messing with hair, maybe you like to swim. Like find something to do, whether it's for a career, whether it's for a passion, whether it's just for some self-love, whatever it is, find that thing that makes you happy. Like for me, I found that I love health and fitness, and I love yoga, and I love working out, and I love eating healthy, and I love cooking, and I love to travel, and I want to travel so much more. And if you are like me, and when I started to be single, I was really unsure what to do with myself, and I kind of just put myself into a bubble, and I didn't really want to do anything. But that's not the point. Like that's not the key, and that's definitely not something you should do, especially if you're single. I get being like busy and stuff, because that's great. If you're busy, you don't have to think about anything, and you're focused on something else. But if you're just being busy to be busy, that's not going to help you out either. So this being said, find something that you are passionate about. Go try everything and anything that you can possibly think of. Go on a road trip. Go drive just on a parkway. Go to the beach. Go find something that makes you happy. It is completely your decision. And being single as a young 20-something-year-old girl or guy, it is your time to shine. It is your time to be yourself and to figure out what you need out of life. And with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and close this little video. But seriously, being single is liberating as all get out. And if you are single, go travel, go make your time worth it. Go do something for you, because it is your time. Anyways, thank you so much for watching my video, and like and subscribe if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Also, being single, you get a cute little puppy. He's my little main man, forever and always. Little Tucky Lucky.